And what is going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, RateOptionAgency.com, when it's working. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. Boom, boom, boom. Good weekend. Very good weekend. Except for the apologizing to customers on eBay's behalf. Somebody's trying to buy 5 hats and a hat pin. And because of that whole new offer thing, it's making combined shipping impossible. And they kept trying, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, just check out and I'll have to refund you the difference. So not everybody's going to be up for doing that, for overpaying for something and wait for a refund. So I wish it's the whole eBay way. Once they change something, it creates a whole nother set of issues. So being that when you accept an item, not all of them are ending. Some of them are staying active until they're paid for. But when that happens, I cannot send a combined invoice, and the checkout invoice is still not working properly to calculate the shipping properly. So just like apologize, told them eBay is making a bunch of changes, and all I can do right now is, after they check out, is refund them for the overpayment on the shipping. So hopefully they'll be willing to do that. So we will see. So this weekend, everything is ice outside right now. Apparently cars are off the road and everything, sliding and stuff. So got to get to the post office, but I was like, maybe I take everything now before the video. But I'm like, I'll wait. Give the ice trucks time to get out there and stuff. So we'll let it go. No rush. No rush. So Friday ended at $716. Saturday, $901. So biggity bam on that. And then yesterday was weird. I had, I can't remember what time, about 2 o'clock or so, about from like 2 to 5. There was a 3-hour window in there somewhere that nothing came through. Everything just stopped. When I was doing several items an hour, just stopped for a few hours and then started up again. But made it up to $885. So that works. Overnight offers, obviously, 2 offers in 12 hours. So offers were still jacked up overnight. Sales, let's see. Looks like about 10 o'clock they stopped. Then I got one at 1, one at 1:50. No, the 1:50 was just a pay. So between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., one sale, one paid. So another parent shutdown overnight. But that being said, we are at 10:15 a.m. I'm at $156. So the low end of where I like to be. So we'll see how the day plays out. Up 8.5%. My split yesterday. Let's see. Saturday sold 54 items. 36 promoted, 18 organic. Yesterday, 48 items, 32 promoted, 16 organic. So, believe this or not, the exact same split, down to the point. 66.7 promoted, 33.3 organic, and the exact same number on the dot yesterday. Is that weird or what? But that's where I feel it should be. So I'm glad to see that. I did mark my 20% promotions down to 15 on, was it Friday? And that either did not appear to hurt or helped my sales this weekend. However you want to look at it. May not have had no play at all. I don't know. Depends. Can't really call those, But I bumped it back down to 15 because I was hitting that 53% of cost. If you don't know my costs, I want to keep it 50 and under, and that includes eBay fees and shipping. Everything else goes into the pocket. So if I have a $900 day, that's $450 into my pocket. So this morning so far, we are at 6 items sold, 5 promoted, 1 organic. So we'll see how that plays out today. Let me check my off-site promotions. Been trying to keep an eye on those since I upped it to $30 a day and kind of see where it's at. I wanted to keep it between 4 and 6, but I don't think I'm going to with my items, so I'm trying to keep it above 3. And then we'll see at the end of the month if it's worth it for me and what have you. So, let's see. 2.79 is my return on ad spend, so not quite 3. $442 spent for $1,235 in sales. So, yeah, like I said, I don't mind this because it's people shopping who are not shopping on eBay. They're searching Google. It's a whole different clientele. And also, once you get an item sold, they're on your list, so you can send them they will get your emails when you send them through your coupons and such. So it's just adding potential future sales to your store. So that's the way I kind of look at it right now. Like yesterday, $30 spent, but $140 in sales. So yesterday was probably the best day for the gap between what I spent and what I made. So that's good too. Another thing, these will be better for you in the long run if you sell higher dollar items. I sell lower dollar items. And I think what some people are fearing on this is they're not going all in or not in enough. Say you got 2,000 items in your store and you only set it up for $5. That's only what? I think like 50 clicks or something like that. So that means probably only part of your items are really getting out there to the public. Because you would think if there's a limit on the clicks, they may suppress some of your items just so it doesn't go way overboard. That's just a theory. I don't know exactly how it works. Because if they put everything out there at once, and all of a sudden they got all these clicks, then they would have to shut down your promotions for a couple of days. So it wouldn't get no clicks to average out your $5 a day spend time. So I would say test it for a good 30 days. And test it almost all in. I mean, I didn't go all in, but I've gone in enough at a time, I guess. I started at 5 and it worked, but I've got a lot of small dollar things, so that may be what helped in mine. If you got 2,000 items in your store, maybe go in at $10, $20 a day and see where it goes. Because you can watch it. It takes 5 days to really get started, so you got to give it minimum 2 weeks. But I would just go all in for a couple of weeks at minimum. I would shoot for a month, but go, because you never know who's going to be searching for what on what particular day. So it's one of those things where I feel you have to kind of go in big, or it's really not going to work out in your favor for the majority. But But I mean, I'm making money, so, and it's not being counted as, the way I see it too, eBay is not getting this fee money. They might be making something off of it, but Google is getting paid this money, or wherever it's going to outside of eBay. So, all right. I have never seen the couch laying flat, actually laying flat. The picture I put up with Courtney from 2015 with the couch actually laying flat, it has a bunch of boxes stacked on it. That's that one right there that's been on its side because I have no room to lay it down anymore. But once I get more, we'll make some room in storage and change up these shelves. Like I can't get it through here. I can move those over and we can get it out of here and put it in storage. Good to see that you're doing so well with sales. eBay is doing nothing to promote the website and sellers are leaving. One of the big finance companies is saying their model is not sustainable. Amazon is absolutely killing it. Not a good sign. Who said that it's not sustainable? Because that's what I've been saying too. So if you could share that, where that article is with me, I'd like to read it because I've been saying that same thing. But the fact that people are leaving, guess what? Less competition for the people who are staying. So it's almost like a wait out game. It's kind of like a wait out game. And then we're going to have a short period where we're going to blossom until those people realize, hey, eBay's back again. Let's start listing back there again. So we'll benefit as they're leaving. Once eBay really starts getting their website totally fixed, we'll have a little bubble of beautiful blooming flowers and birds chirping, I believe, for a little bit. So love this on the Dolly video. I saw that puppet. That was just a quick thought one. And so I done 4 voices in that video. I did my voice. I did Dolly's voice. I did Dolly acting like me, and I did the parrot voice. That one I could not think while making that video. I just had to do it. So it probably came out a little blended. You could probably tell. I only watched it back a couple of times as it was uploading. So I don't know how well my parrot voice did to make it seem like a separate voice. Probably not well. Yep, keep feeding a platform that's been screwing you over and over for the last year. That makes sense. Well, we got a business to run. It's called business, You can't take things emotionally or personally. It's a business. You've got to keep going, figure it out, do things. Even though I did a lot of complaining. But a lot of it is, like I said many times, so you guys know that you're not alone, because I hated feeling like I was alone. Am I the only one experiencing these problems? And then I just let it drag me under with where my mind was at the time. Just unhappy. Well, not unhappy, but just, Vern dying. Just, I was in a headspace I've never been in before. So, and I let something negative drag me down instead of, my normal self being optimistic and still having fun no matter what. So I think I am more, I don't want to say 100% now, because everybody always slides, I guess, but I feel I'm 99% there now. So I think I'm all good. I think I'm content. I'm still gonna tear up if I talk about Vern, but for the most part, I think I'm over that hump where, the whole, I guess, the stages of grieving type of thing. So I think the biggest thing was life is different. Let me compose myself here. Life is different with both parents gone. And you just have to start, at least with me, I always have to look at things differently, because before, being it took me so long to figure out what I wanted to do in life, I always had this embedded in my head that if I failed or couldn't figure it out, my parents would be there for me. And even though I feel like I don't need them there to fall back on now, the fact that they're, not there, it's just different. So just changing, it's like just a whole different mindset, I don't know. Maybe you don't know. I don't know. For whatever reasons, how my mind handled it. But you know what? I prefer handling it the way I did, because it gets everything out of me and allows me to get back to just keeping a free, open mind about everything, like life in general, just what happens when you die type of thing. So I don't want to believe one certain thing happens when we don't have a concrete answer to it. So I like having an open mind so I can play with different theories and thoughts. So making sure I kept that open mind about everything, and overcoming it on my own, as opposed to using a crutch, if you will. Like, oh, there's a heaven. They're in heaven now. To me, well, we don't know that. We don't know that 100%. So that, for me, I feel like would be a crutch, to kind of get me through it. So, where if I looked at it like that, it might have been easier to get over, right? But that wouldn't be me, because I don't believe in anything that's not 100%. So I like the fact that I stayed true to me in going through the grieving process and getting through it. So when I come out on the other end, like I am now, I am true to form, if that makes sense. So I'm glad I don't really complain anymore, about this stuff. So just complain a little bit, not really complain, but just kind of keeping you guys up to date on what's going on. A lot of people still want to say that's complaining, but I don't. But those people are not really watching the videos. They're just kind of taking, if I put a little complaint feel in the thumbnail or the title, they just see that and automatically think one thing. All right. Yeah, I had to apologize for that troll who came on. Like, I don't mind the troll, because then I'm going to turn it into funny content and, like, jokes and stuff. But then when he started attacking you guys who were responding to him, I was like, nah, he's gone over the line. He or she, whoever, I think it was a he. It was a he name anyway. Gone over the line, block. When they start attacking you guys, that's over the line for me. So then it's not funny no more. If it's attacking me, it's funny, because I can turn it into something funny, because it don't bother me. But if somebody's attacking you guys just for, like, sticking up for me, then I'm going to stick up for you. So, and I'm just going to block them, because then it ain't funny no more, because it ain't about me. All right, let's get this stuff shipped so I can get this stuff to the post office. All but one is pulled. Purchase shipping labels. I got some, like 4 Poshmark here. So let me knock those out first. Got an Australia order. Man, what's coming up? I haven't even had nothing. Canada. are the two internationals. Remove. All right, let me go backwards here. Since we are backwards, we got a Windjammer soundtrack on vinyl, sold on Poshmark. Sold for $6. That's headed to Nevada, Mesquite, Nevada. Since I am trying to have fun with, what am I doing? It's just Poshmark. Trying to have fun with trolls, and since it don't bother me anymore, now that my head space is straight, turning him into basically trolling a troll. That's what I'm going to be doing from here on out, trolling trolls. So I ran into something. I won't say too much into it. I ran into something I didn't really like on YouTube the other day. And I'm just hoping to get involved in it. Because from what I saw, the way some resellers are being treated didn't make me happy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I am biding my time with what appears to be an ultimate troll in the reselling world. So I'm biding my time until the time is right. Then I'm going to strike. But I don't want to make somebody famous. That's the balance there. And by famous, meaning more popular than they are right now. Next up, we've got this women's visor. Sold for $8. Headed to Phoenix, Arizona. So that's the balancing act with some of these people, because they just want attention because their mommy and daddy don't love them, you know. So it's a balancing act on how you handle it. So I gotta get that down pat first. Because see, the good thing about my life is I came from nothing. I started with nothing in life, and I was bullied up until I was 14 years old. Until a girl stepped in for me and took up for me. And then that gave me enough confidence to start stepping up and helping other people who were getting bullied. So I've heard, and then plus, if you know about growing up in like the 80s, 70s and 80s with friends who are like this, all you do is slam on each other your entire lives. You're always verbally going at each other to see who can be one up on each other. And I might be biased here, but I always felt like I came out on top. So I am ready. I was born ready. I was born and bred to be a troll of trolls. We got some Converse sneakers here. That sold for $13. So there's nothing that anybody could say that I haven't heard from one of my friends. So that's the beauty of it all. I am desensitized to everything. And a big part of that is because you having confidence in yourself. And I've got plenty of confidence in myself. Boom, boom, boom. Tape. All right, and next up we got this sleigh hat. Sold for $12. headed to Hawaii. Hawaii. Now to eBay. Oh, just sold another item on Poshmark. I'll pull that later. St. Louis Blues hockey hoodie. Sold for $20. Nice. 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 All right. First up, we've got Megalodon Monster Jam hat. That sold for $12. Headed to Glen Allen, Virginia. But let's see here. Da, da, da. Thomas. Da, da, da. Next, man. I don't know where this is coming from. All right, next up, we've got this Polly Perk vintage coffee maker. This sold for $34, headed to Collins, New York. Yeah, I made that comment yesterday. There's so many people on YouTube who, other resellers who say you can't be like an everything seller, or you can't, you know, list it, forget it. I'm gonna show you you can. Let me get some bubbles put in here. Where are your bubbles? One. I need more than one. Oh, I found it was two. Put you there. And you there. Put you there. Because, see, the thing is, anything is possible. You just got to figure out how to do it. I already feel I have the basis of the platform. Like I said, it's good to have some foundation material. Build your foundation, and then you can build whatever house you want to build on top of that foundation. So my foundation is obviously CDs, cassettes, and hats. That's my foundation. $50. We got 18 by 13 by 12. I've been making it kind of a point the last few times I went to the bins. Judy. To always make sure to find, you know, things beyond my norm. Kind of like that coffee pot. You can be a jack of all trades and an expert in none to do well on eBay. We've got this little satellite wireless control thing for the Nintendo NES system. Headed to Utah, sold for $9.95. I cleaned out my space to try to get my fiber connection, but it's not down our street yet. So I'm waiting on what they're going to do exactly. The one guy wants to pull it off for the neighbors, but I got a feeling that somebody else who might come in to look at that and go, well, why don't we just wait for him to do it down the street? So we'll see where that goes. This should be all right, doubled up. Because like between 5 and 7, my Spectrum, I swear I got dial-up. It's just so annoying between 5 and 7 p.m. And I'm guessing that's when probably everybody gets on after work or what have you. I'm guessing that's how that works. Jesse. Next up, we've got this Kango. This sold for $7, headed to Quincy, Massachusetts. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Next up, we've got Hard Rock Cafe in the Bahamas. Head to Hillsboro, Oregon, sold for $7. I think I'm going to have to do a supply order within the next week. Because I'm starting to run low on some stuff. Sergio. Next up, we've got this Coca-Cola purple tie-dye hat. Sold for $10.50, headed to Green Bay, Wisconsin. I got pictures taken for drafts for the rest of the stuff I picked up at the bins that last time I went. So that's all staged, ready for its finale and get listed. Terry. Next up, we've got Who's Who in Baseball book. This sold for $8, headed to Texas. Let's go. And whoops. Yeah, 9 by 10 by 1. Hey, I sold this book to Stephen King. I doubt it's the Stephen King, but next Next up, we've got Ozzie Smith, Lizard on book. 2 baseball books back to back. Weird, huh? Headed to Maryville, Tennessee. Hey, I think that's where I go. I hit a Goodwill in Maryville. That's where I got that Roger Fetterman, or whatever his name is, that tennis player Nike shirt, along with the ZZ Top shirt and the St. Louis Vintage Vinyl shirt that I kept for myself. I think that was Maryville, Tennessee. Sold for $5. Also got the Black Label Society CDs there that I've been selling. Michael. Next up, we've got some Jordan 12s. These sold for $65. Headed to New Jersey. Okay, and that's... Okay, this is the first time I'm doing the guarantee this way. So it looks like it's already all set up and it's going to print out for me. So let me get this into a box. Find some paper to wrap them in. Also, because it's without the box. Bought them at the Nike store when we were in the Smoky Mountains. Jan bought them for herself but didn't pay attention. She got 7.5 because that's what she wears in boys, but these are women's, so they didn't fit. So we had to sell them. I need to find some paper, some tissue or something. I brought some down, I just don't remember what box they were in. I got these bags. I try to make the bags look as classy as I can, I guess. Let's do that. And screw it. Maybe the authenticity will change it up and put tissue in them. They're probably prepared for that kind of thing. Even though I should be also. Maybe they'll spruce them up for me. All right. $14.10. Oh wait, I don't need to do that. All right, so I'll go there. Next up, we've got St. Louis Cardinals World Series 2006 shot glass. That sold for $13, headed to New Jersey. Jessica. And I forgot to grab a box for this. So I found this a couple of times ago at the bins. We got like a promo chess set from the Muni when Chess the Musical was playing, I guess. from the World Chess Club Hall of Fame here in St. Louis. So we got chess pieces and a board. This sold for $24, headed up to New York. And that's going to be a pain because of the length of that. Let's see. What can I put? Nope. Will this 14 box work? Nope. Maybe I just put some hat boxes together again. Because I don't have no like long tubey style boxes. So now that I'm going to be buying a lot more of odds and ends stuff, I need to make sure I have a nice array of different size boxes at my disposal. Let's work it. Work the magic. The magic of box building. Build it up. Man, why do I keep turning that edge? Are you too far over or something? That's done. 2-6. We've got 20 by 8 by 6. Lucas with the lid off. That's another Lucas. Huh. Boom, boom. And I got two internationals. Paper in here for my scan forms. Okay, Prince the labels. Print the labels. That's French for print the labels. Yes, no? Yes. Boop. Lucas. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. Jessica. I know this girl named Jessica who used to date a friend of mine when we were younger. And her current boyfriend or husband won't let her be friends with anybody, any other guys. Kind of funny. She had to unfriend me because of her, I think it was boyfriend actually. Like, that's a control issue. Those usually don't end very nicely. Terry. I could not imagine. Man, that had to be a miserable life to be controlled by somebody. Or to even have to control somebody. How miserable can that be? Good Lord. I mean, how bad is your self-esteem if you have to control somebody? Because the problem is you, not the person. Because you shouldn't be involved in something you can't trust. But normally that trust is self-inflicted because of one person's self-esteem and the stuff that they do. Because 9 times out of 10, if somebody's blaming you for something and you know you didn't do it, it's because they did it and they're doing it. So if somebody's accusing you of cheating when you know you didn't cheat, guess what? They're the ones cheating. That's why they're insecure about it. All right, next up, a couple of internationals. And if you're in that kind of a situation, get the hell out. Find a way to get out. Reach out to family, friends, and get the hell out. We got Detroit Red Wings hat. Headed up to Canada. Sold for $16. It's not a healthy place to be. Actually, the murder show I watched yesterday, the true crime stuff, is a girl tried to break up with the guy and ended up shooting her. It's a messed up world, man. It's a messed up world. $15.99. 8. There's all kinds of people out there. You never know who you're gonna run into, who you're gonna get to know. Just always have an exit strategy just in case. And finally, we've got Olivia Newton-John vinyl, headed to Australia. Sold for $8. And I need another. You can play the game as well, and you're gonna be sorry, baby, when it's over. I've been living on the edge of a broken heart. I don't wanna fall. 796. I don't wanna crawl. 796, 12, 3. Nothing sold since we've been doing this, has it? That's a bummer. Let's see how many international I had over the weekend. 12. That's good. Print's good. Still at $156. Boo. Behave. 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 All right. That is all. I am out to make my way the only way I know how. Just living in and alone abroad. Making my way the only way I know how. Yeah. Beating all you never saw. I don't know remember the words. In trouble with the law since the day I was born. Anyway, all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And get to listing and some stuff. Let's see, my drafts I've got. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. Drafts. 766. So we're going to get to listing today. So thanks everybody. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.